There's a moment in everyone's life when you can't keep shoving things in the closet anymore. The door won't shut. Something has to come out. August 2026 is that month for the entire planet. It opens with a total solar eclipse so rare that mainland Europe hasn't seen its kind since 1999. It closes by finishing a story the sky has been quietly writing since September 2024. And everything in between is the universe pulling things out of the closet you've been avoiding. This isn't a month that asks permission. Let's walk through exactly what's coming and what it's asking you to finally deal with. Here's the thing about eclipse season that most horoscopes won't say directly. It doesn't add to your life. It clears it. Astrologers have long described eclipse windows as karmic, not in a vague fortune cookie sense, but literally. Doors that have been half open for months finally either slam shut or swing wide. You can postpone a renovation for a long time. You can shove clutter in a closet for years, but eventually the door won't close, and everything has to come out at once, get sorted, and either get kept or thrown away. That's August. 2 eclipses, exactly 2 weeks apart, one opening a brand new 2-year chapter. One finishing an old one that's been running since 2024. Whatever's been sitting in the closet of your life, this is the month it comes out. Week 1, the universe opens the first drawer. The month starts deceptively soft. Around August 4th to 8th, the sun trines Saturn, giving you a grounded, I can actually build something real kind of confidence. On August 6th, Venus moves into Libra. Her most comfortable home relationships and negotiations get smoother almost overnight. But don't get too comfortable. This is also when old, unresolved things start quietly resurfacing. A health issue you thought was handled. A family conversation you thought was closed. A person from your past reappearing without warning. This isn't randomness. This is the closet door creaking open before the eclipse forces it wide. Week 2, the pressure builds to a breaking point. By August 10th through 12th, tension compounds fast. Mars shifts into Cancer on the 11th, turning raw emotional intensity toward home and family just as the sky's energy peaks. Then at 1:36 p.m. Eastern on August 12th, the month's centerpiece detonates. A total solar eclipse at 20 degrees Leo. This is the moment the closet door finally gives way. This eclipse is the very first of a brand new nodal axis. The lunar nodes only shifted into Leo and Aquarius on July 26th, meaning this single eclipse opens a story that will run for 2 full years. We've felt this sign do this before. August 21st, 2017. The Great American Eclipse crossed the entire continental United States and became one of the most watched sky events of a generation. But this one goes further back for its true parallel. The path of totality crosses Greenland, Iceland, and northern Spain, making it the first total solar eclipse mainland Europe has seen since. August 11, 1999, when over 350 million people watched the sky go dark at midday, in what was called, at the time, the last total eclipse of the millennium. 27 years later, the sky does it again. Whatever this eclipse reveals, it won't ask nicely. Unspoken resentments, buried disappointments, self-deceptions you've been quietly maintaining. Eclipses have a track record of ripping the cover off exactly these things, on both a personal and a global scale. If there's a hard conversation you've been avoiding, the window before August 12th is your last easy chance to have it on your own terms, rather than the universe forcing it out of you. Week 3, the light at the end of the tunnel. After the intensity of the eclipse, the middle of the month brings real relief. Mercury conjuncts Jupiter in Leo around the 5th-10th, expanding your ideas and making self-expression easier. Venus sextiles Jupiter around the 17th, adding genuine warmth and good fortune to relationships. If the first 10 days of August felt like everything cracking open, this stretch is the moment you realize the crack let the light in. This is Historically, when people report a real shift, not just surviving what August is throwing at them, but suddenly wanting to build an entirely different life, a career change, a move, a relationship finally named honestly. Whatever wants to happen, this is the window to actually act on it, because the pressure builds again before the month is done. Week 4. The sky gets practical. On August 22nd, the sun leaves Leo and enters Virgo, shifting the whole collective mood from be seen to get it done. Mercury follows on the 25th, entering Virgo, its own home sign, sharpening focus and precision. This is genuinely one of the best stretches of the year for turning whatever the eclipse revealed into an actual plan, instead of just a feeling. Late August tightens again, and this time it's less personal, more collective. Right as the second eclipse approaches, tension builds around the 24th through 26th, with the kind of aspects that historically coincide with sudden reversals, technical disruptions, and public unrest. The news cycle in these final days of August has a real track record of turning loud and unpredictable. Then, on August 27th, hours before everything shifts, Mercury meets the Sun in Virgo for a brief window of exceptional clarity of breath before the storm finishes. On August 28th, a partial lunar eclipse lands at 4 degrees Pisces, and this one deserves real attention for what it's actually closing. This is the 6th eclipse in a 7-eclipse series that's been running along the Virgo-Pisces axis since September 2024, a chapter that won't fully complete until one final eclipse in February 2027. Whatever's been quietly stirring in your health, your habits, your spiritual life, or your sense of sacrifice for nearly 2 years is reaching its next to last turning point right now. Pisces is the very last sign of the zodiac, so this eclipse carries real weight of completion. Astrologers describe Pisces eclipses as emotional culminations, a release, a long overdue goodbye, or the surfacing of something that simply cannot stay hidden any longer. The symmetry closes the loop. August opens a brand new 2-year story on the 12th, and finishes an old one from 2024 on the 28th. The universe cleaned the whole closet in 1 month. August doesn't end in chaos. On August 31st, Jupiter and Saturn form the first of 3 exact trines, a rare, deeply supportive pairing between expansion and structure. This is the sky rewarding whoever did the hard, honest work this month instead of running from it. Whatever cracked open on the 12th, whatever finally closed on the 28th. This trine is where you get to stand on solid ground and actually feel what changed. If you let it do its job instead of fighting it, August hands you 3 real things. A truth you can no longer avoid, not to punish you, but because you can't build anything real on top of a lie you're still telling yourself. A closing you've earned something from the last 2 years that finally gets to stop weighing on you. Whether that's a relationship, a job, a version of yourself you outgrew, and a foundation at the very end of the month, sturdy enough to actually hold whatever you build next. What to watch for: the 2 weeks around August 12th, when identity-level truths surface fastest. The stretch from August 24th to 30th, when the world outside your own life gets loud and unpredictable. And August 31st, quiet. But often the day people realize something bold from earlier in the month has actually started working. Put together, the emotional experience of August 2026 is this. You spend the first 10 days feeling old things creak back into view. Hit a real breaking point around the 12th that forces something into the open. Spend the middle of the month discovering unexpected relief and even excitement about a different path. Use the last week to actually build structure around what you learned, and watch an old 2-year chapter finally, genuinely end right as the month closes. This isn't a month that happens to you. It's a month that finally lets you stop carrying something you've been holding for longer than you realized. Every so often the universe does what you've been too afraid to do yourself. opens the closet, pulls everything out, and makes you decide what actually deserves to come back in. August 2026 is that month. Let it clean house. What's left standing in September is what was actually yours to keep. Tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you're hoping this eclipse season finally clears out for you? I'm reading every single one.